And based on the merit of the war, different categories of people were given different rankings also. Shadow war is there. It's called the Prachana Yuddha. Heard about this? Sometimes you don't fight directly. I don't know, not in this poetry book. Another poem is the Life of Love, in which I wrote what happened in Treta Yuga comes to Dwapara Yuga, and what happens in Dwapara Yuga comes to each one of us every day. In Treta Yuga, Rama fought and then killed somebody hiding and putting an arrow. Bali Sugriva fight, you know, right? So what happened to Krishna? He got killed by arrow hidingly given to him, right? So you will see, it's called Arrow from Shadow. The poetry name is Arrow from Shadow. You can download and see that. The everyday what happens to us. So there is a Paramanu Yuddham is also mentioned in our Vedas. Paramanu Yuddham. Kalaham, the normal fight is also called Yuddham. But ultimately what is required is whether you need a democracy, whether you need a politics of installation of democracy, communism, whatever you want, authoritarian or maybe military, you can see different rules. The world can have different ways of looking at it. If you go to Gulf and all, you can see. I keep traveling to Gulf. It's much developed. With all this, what we call it as democracy, with a lot of politics, what has happened to us? We are not making people happy. India is one of the probably the least in happiness index. United Nations statistics, if you take, we are not happy. So if happiness is not there, that means you are all fighting a war internally inside you. So politically oppressed, economically oppressed, we've got a lot of problems. So how do we change this system? When there are two countries, we have a messenger, we have a spy, we have, you can see, some messenger will go, Krishna was a great messenger, and he failed. So internally when we have, who is the messenger who has to talk to us? Atma. Buddhi and Manas will fight. And if we can do that, we become a highly spiritual person. I think, good enough? Almost 1 hour? Correct? I can go on and on. You want me to go on? Non-stop. But I think it doesn't work. What can be done is, you can ask questions. I mentioned Mahatma Gandhi, right? Man of conflictology. I remember my last university lecture in, we had a chair for Sanatana Dharma chair in the university where I was director. My last lecture was Mahatma Gandhi's conflictology. Good enough? So what we need is to make ourselves happy. The purpose of understanding the tradition, politics and ethics and war, everything is to redefine the purpose of life so that we become happy. Objective and scope has to be defined. Everybody has a scope. Everybody has a role to play. What is lacking in each one of us is not, we are not defining our roles. We are not limiting or bounding. Because we look at somebody and say, oh, he is like this, let me also be like that. No, you cannot. Every product has got, we are all different products, though we come from same factories. Right? Each one of us has got a uniqueness. And that uniqueness can be understood. I think the freedom in us will grow. The freedom becomes a limitation when your expectations becomes higher. Yeah, you can have a high expectation. Yesterday I think I was talking in the philosophy family. When you asked a question, I was talking about 3E. So I got it as 3E's principle. Your experience of yesterday will determine the experiment of today's life with an expectation of what I can do tomorrow. Then you will not fight a war with you. Right? This is what a lesson probably we can take to improve ourselves. I don't know what I said, but I tried to connect many things to understand. You can see Bhagavad Gita explains war, not the using the word war itself many times, but Uddhare Atmanatmanam is all improving yourself. But only one place the Yuddha is mentioned, I think it is 2.32, in which he says, Arjuna, you have a skill, you are not using it. And it's a chance for you to use it and prove that you are a warrior. Don't run away from the war field. Because if you run away, the whole people will say, Arjuna run away from the war field, so I can also run away from the exam. Understood? Now you cannot, because though you don't like to write exam, you have to write exam. Why? Because Arjuna, though he don't like to fight a war, he fought a war. Got it? That's what it says. So you have to do your job, do your duty. So Kshatriyas were made to learn, they were advised to understand what war is, and law and order needs some sort of a civic discipline can be engaged only when you have a rule that governs society. So individually people are good, society becomes good. Society can be good, but the individual can be wrong. You have been indisciplined, so that you will have problems. Good enough? Thank you. I must thank Enigma. I am sure without the department, every person who is part of shareholders of the activities, they are not together, this cannot happen. I am so blessed. Last time I was in Kolkata with 3-4 days of teachers training program, principals meet, she was pulling me. They said I will come when there is a program actually. Good, nice, thank you. God bless. I am sure some interaction, some questions will give me little more way to think in a different style. So I'll be very happy. Yeah.
I shall call one by one.